Hello and welcome back to Heart and Soul. We still have a lot of gods to win over here, so let's get to it in week 6. So, what do we do? So we have full affection points with Dionysus, so can we ignore any of these, or was it... okay, it was the vineyard. Okay, so maybe let's do something else. Strothel Garden. So I'm not sure if it makes sense to choose the prepare an offering option a lot, because it seems not every time it actually works, even though we should have an offering. I don't know. And I also still think that we should keep some of these these options that give us affection with Aphrodite. Isn't there for nothing, so I want to keep at least one in. And as for the rest, maybe I'll keep it like this and we'll see. Our loneliness is at 42. Should still be okay. And curiosity, it's fine. Let's just get into it like this. I spend most of the day in the company of cows, assisting the servants with brushing and milking. I enjoy how sweet-tempered the animals are. The servants and I take the time to water each plant according to its preference and check up on their health. Everything seems to be growing just fine. As I work in the fields, I pray fervently to the goddess of the harvest to watch over our crop. I would like to do more to show the gods how much respect I have for them. But what do I have to offer? Okay, so we can do an offering, a floral arrangement, or a loaf of bread. I guess the bread. Armed with wheat harvested from the fields, the servants and I bake a fresh loaf of bread. Taking my offering outside to the shrine, I consider who to give it to. So I'm going with the advice that I got to give stuff to Zeus first. Still don't have many points with him. I decide to dedicate my offering to the god of thunder. It is not much, but I hope it shows my sincerity. I spend most of the day in the company of cows, assisting the servants with brushing and milking. Sweet-tempered animals. Are they? I experiment with a myriad of hairstyles and fashion, curious to see if a new look would suit me. Yep, working in the fields, praying to the goddess of harvest. Before I leave, I take a handful of grains with me. I hope to use the wheat to make an offering for the gods. Sure, next time. Okay. It's going slow with Zeus. And I mean, it is luck with this. Is it luck or is it the type of offering? I'm still not sure. Loneliness increased. Curiosity is down, okay. Oh, okay, the garden. Oh no, a lot of them actually deduct points from curiosity, and I mean, for the loneliness it's not so bad. How are we doing? Still not so good. But we don't have that many different options. So I think I want to keep this, maybe? This is also Artemis. Yeah, I'll just go another week with this. Let's see. Today I tried to interpret the various moos, neighs and bleats of the livestock and make something resembling a human conversation. It is not the same. The servants attempt to teach me the names of the flora and fauna. I try my best to commit them to memory. Even though I know the castle is vast, I still severely underestimate how large the entire estate is. When the empty halls become too much, I take to wandering outside. One of the places I visit most is the field. Lying just 15 minutes walk from the garden, it nestles quietly among the mountains. Though I sometimes come here to assist with the cultivation of grapes and wheat, I fear I do not contribute much. I wish there was more I could do. With a wave of dismissal to the servants that I am sure follow me everywhere, I give them an order. I would like to walk by myself for now. You are dismissed. As you wish. Of course, there's no way for me to know whether my unseen attendant is gone or not. I just have to have good faith in them. Like everything here at the estate, the field is tidy, gorgeous in its own simplistic way. The earth is rich and fertile, even to my untrained eyes. Most surprisingly, there is a small shrine nestled in its far corner. This shrine is to Demeter? Like the field, her shrine is clean, though it is barren. The emptiness of it saddens me, as it is not befitting of a goddess of her stature in the slightest. Perhaps... Turning to Demeter's statue, I bow my head. Goddess of the harvest, I am but a simple girl, alone and away from home. I have very little knowledge on how to cultivate a field and grow crops. I just wish to be able to create something with my own hands. I will work on this field often, and my first harvest will go to you, bountiful Demeter. Please grant this humble girl your smallest blessing, so I may bring your golden grains to this land. After some time spent in prayer, I return home with a renewed vigor. There is much to be done. I assist the servants with their work in the fields as best as I can, but have little experience in agriculture. They assure me they appreciate my good intentions. I would like to do more to show the gods how much respect. Oh, where do I always stumble over the same thing? How much respect I have for them. What do I have to offer? Okay, flowers or the bread, then let's try the flowers this time. I take the flower cuttings from the garden and arrange them flutteringly, tying them together with string. Taking my offering outside to the shrine, I consider who to give it to. Let's keep being stubborn. Zeus. I decide to dedicate my offering to the god of thunder. I hope it pleases him. Standing in the peaceful pasture, I clasp my hands together and pray to the goddess of wild animals to keep our domesticated friends safe from predators. After the servants finish preparing my bath, I scrub at my skin until it is smooth and soft. I roam the wheat fields surrounding the estate. I talk with the servants about the process of growing wheat and the labor required to care for the crop. Okay, that's the week done. Okay. Still going slow in some areas and a bit better in others. But I don't know the faction that is needed for all of them. As we can see, Artemis is already at 47, while Dionysus only needed 20. Oh well. Also, our loneliness is up to 92 by now. We didn't have any new, nightly visits from our husband. I mean, I'm sure he was there at some point, but yeah. Hmm. So, I mean, the only thing that did lower the loneliness was talking to her husband, or where was it? Roaming the estate. We obviously can't do that every day. So I think we're going to hit 100 regardless of what we do this week. So do I want to keep with this? What was it? Livestock and forest is both for Artemis, so let's put that to mix it up just a little bit. And maybe put the offering at the end? I don't know. Yeah, I think we're about to have an event due to the loneliness, so let's just see what will happen. As the first weeks of spring are upon us and providing pleasant weather, I decide to have lunch in the garden. Today's meal is made with the games my husband brought home. Wild pheasant in mushroom and wine sauce, served with light pastries and olives. Do you like olives? Because I don't. Despite the food being as delicious and carefully prepared as always, I do not have much of an appetite. In fact, I only asked for lunch to be taken outside because I have been feeling stuffy all day with slight bouts of vertigo. What is going on? Sighing, I take a bite of the pastry, one of my most favorite dishes. Ugh. I lean over the chaise, dry heaving. Are you all right? At once, the invisible servants are at my side. I feel hands reaching out to steady me, rubbing my back gently. I do not feel well. Let us help you inside. Yes. As soon as I lie down, I feel exhausted. Though my sleep was undisturbed and peaceful the night before, I still can barely keep my eyes open now. Being in bed makes me feel immensely better, however. I cannot help but bury myself further into the sheets, cool silk like a balm against my skin. Would you like us to bring you a different meal? No, I would like to just rest. Understood. Would you like to be awoken at any time? No, thank you. I will wake up by myself. Very well. Let us know if you need anything. Rest well. Exhaling, I curl around a pillow. His pillow. My eyelids droop. Sleep comes easy, chasing away the remnants of that strange nausea. Psyche? A voice stirs me from my sleep. Psyche, my love. A warm hand cuts through my hair. I sigh, nuzzling into the motion. How are you feeling? A bit better. The servants told me you have been asleep since noon. I came home early to surprise you, but I thought it best to wait to wake you. Judging by my husband's presence and the darkness of the sky, I really must have slept practically the whole day away. Pushing myself up, I clumsily rub my eyes. Gently, he eases me to lean against his chest. Are you hungry? You should eat something before you rest for the night. I am not sure I can. It is a strange feeling. I felt tired all day and nauseated when they served me lunch. Could this be from the baby? Yes, I suspect it is, my love. It is around the time you would start to experience such things. Will this feeling follow me throughout the entire length of the pregnancy? Fear tinges my tone. I certainly hope this is not the case. No, my love. The nausea is only likely to stay for the next 2 months or so, but the fatigue will both lessen and worsen over the year. 2 months? That seems so long. Indeed, I have heard stories that Roman traders have obtained a spice that can be used medicinally to treat nausea from India. I will procure some of this ginger for you, and we can see if that helps. Unnerved by the thought of ingesting an unknown ingredient, my face pales. Do you think that would be best? It is not for me to determine, my love. I will simply see about obtaining the ginger, and you can decide whether or not to try it on your own time. All right then, that sounds like a good plan. I am glad you think so. Now let us get some rest. I am sure you need it. But I have just slept so much. Maybe you could tell me about your day, or of a story from your past? Very well, but lay down and prepare for rest in case exhaustion overtakes you. I do as he says, and he begins to regale me with fascinating tales of interesting people and faraway places. Soon enough, the melodic tones of his voice carry me off to sleep. As I work in the fields, I pray fervently to the goddess of the harvest to watch over our crop. My day is spent careful and full of rest. Nothing ages you quite like stress and poor sleep. As I explore the forest, I come across a variety of animals and little habitats. Some of them are so fluffy and cute, while others encourage me to stay away. Another day of rest. Did I put the same choice twice? I don't know. Okay, time for an offering. Oh, we only have the bread. That's fine. Armed with wheat harvested from the fields, the servants and I bake a fresh loaf of bread. Taking my offering outside to the shrine, I consider who to give it to. Still keeping with Zeus. I decide to dedicate my offering to the god of thunder. It is not much, but I hope it shows my sincerity. Okay. So, yeah, because of that event, Elonius didn't hit 100 yet, I think. That didn't count as an event for that, right? I'm thinking that, yeah, many of the events are kind of planned, obviously, when it comes to like the pregnancy. Okay. Oh, I did have two times these beauty regime choice. Okay, maybe. Oh, right, I didn't use the option to pray at all. Let's do that one. Yeah. And maybe now we get the loneliness event. For all this time I've spent in this estate, I still am not entirely comfortable with its grounds. The forest in particular is massive, and though there have been several instances where I planned to explore it in its entirety, I kept getting distracted by one thing or another. This time I will explore the whole thing for sure. The previous day I'd made sure nothing would get into my way. I even informed my husband, who seemed amused, but agreed that I should familiarize myself with the surrounding area. I think back on his words. Do not exert yourself, my love, and call for an attendant if ever you might need help. I will. Try not to get lost. Thinking about his caution makes, embarrassingly enough, me sulk a little. I am not a child. But his advice is not baseless. The garden itself is vast, with 100-year-old trees, its own stream and a lake. It seems to go entirely around the castle and even stretches further towards the mountains behind the property. Which is exactly where I am heading today. The unseen servants have done an amazing job keeping this path immaculate. Paved in stone and lined with blooming shrubs, it feels as if I've wandered into a living poem. This is beautiful. Trees grow thicker the further I go, ancient and endlessly green. Birdsongs echo through the leaves. Sparkling sunlight filters through the thick canopy above. I reach out my hand, brushing against fragrant flowers and smooth, cool leaves, and let nature's sound wash over me. I close my eyes, reveling in the gentle freedom of it, in the wave of simple contentment. What was that noise? Curious, I venture forward, towards the creaking and snapping of twigs. Perhaps my husband has come to surprise me again? Oh! A beautiful stag, coat glossy and haunches strong, is grazing in a clearing. His antlers are brightly glowing, like they are made of starlight. Awed, I can only stare as the elegant creature moves around. So beautiful. So entranced, I accidentally break a twig under my step. The stag's ears flicker. His majestic head lifts, large, wet eyes looking at me. I am sorry. I did not mean to disturb you. With a soft stomp of his hooves, the stag turns and walks off into the trees. Before I could even think to follow, the stag disappears, like dew in the morning sun. I hurry over to where I last saw him, but there's no trace of the creature. Not even his hoofprints are left behind. How strange. Was it really an animal? As I explore the forest, I come across a variety of animals and little habitats. Some of them are so fluffy and cute, while others encourage me to stay away. The servants and I take the time to water each plant according to its preference and check up on their health. Everything seems to be growing just fine. After tending to the garden, I take some fresh flower clippings with me before heading inside. Is that right? They are too lovely to not make into an offering. Is it there? Oh, loneliness has reached 100. Though I know my husband is doing his best as my sole social companion, today is the day I can bear the loneliness no longer. Today, I will see my sisters. I travel to the estate's main gate and command Zephyrus to grant them entrance upon their next visit to the site. the site I was last seen on the day of my wedding. Though I cannot hear their cries yet, the sound has plagued me often enough to know they look for me there frequently. Your guests will arrive shortly. Surprised, I look up from the book I have been trying to focus my attention on. Already? A nervousness overtakes me where I stand. Excitement can be such a strange thing. Please start preparing for our lunchtime meal and be ready to play music for us as we eat. I want everything to be perfect for the first visit here. Luckily, the estate is always in a pristine state. I rush to the doors to the garden, opening them wide and walking outside when I see my sister's figures approach. Welcome! Serena? Is it Serena or Cyrena? I'm not sure, I'm sorry. Serena? Amara? I have missed you both so much. Psyche, you are alive! Dear Sister Psyche, it is so good to see you. We have been so worried since the day of your wedding, but it seems you are perfectly fine. You are healthy and living in such a magnificent place. It is hard to believe how such a thing could happen. Thrown off by their greetings, I stutter for a moment, woodenly accepting their hugs. Yes, as you can see, I am well. It is so good to see you, sisters. I have missed you so. Yes, we have missed you very much too, Psyche. Right this way, please. Let me show you my home. With budding excitement, I show my sisters the estate. Even though they are usually rather reserved with emotions, I can tell they are at awe with everything this place has to offer. This is rather extravagant. Yes, I see that our Psyche has been living extremely well, despite the fact that Aphrodite herself cursed our dear sister to a life of misery. It is also incredulous. Well, yes, I suppose it is. Sisters, would you like some refreshment? Refreshment would be good. Yes. Naturally, when the unseen servants serve our luncheon, my sisters are startled, scared by the floating trays and dishes that land perfectly on the table. It takes some time to explain what happened, especially when I am not exactly sure how the estate's attendants function. I see. My. Your living arrangement is so fantastic. Your servants are magical. Only our Psyche could get this. Magic? Ah, yes, that must be it. After all, he did say he is not mortal. Oh, he? Who are you talking about? Well, the one... I am talking about my husband. Husband? Is your husband not the beast from the prophecy? How does a fearsome creature like so possess such a magnificent palace? Well, just ask the beast from Beauty and the Beast. He is no monster. At their surprised stares, I stumble over my words. He is actually very kind to me. And attractive. Not a monster at all. Yes, yes. Gorgeous house, gorgeous husband. It seems our worries were in vain. Psyche has turned out as the most fortunate, as always. Our most heartfelt congratulations, little Psyche. Thank you. So, tell us more about this handsome man. What does he look like? Is he old? Young? Tall? Feeling cornered by the questions, I struggle to come up with an appropriate answer. I do not think it wise to tell my sisters I have yet to lay eyes on my husband. It would only make them worry more. Would it? Would it though? I don't get that impression, to be honest. I do not want them returning to the idea that he is monstrous. The kind and considerate man I have come to know does not deserve such accusations. Okay, that's fair. Okay, he is young, he is a bit older than me, he is mature in age. Ha. I mean, we basically have no idea. Him being mortal, not mortal, means that he could be any age. That's tricky. What does mature mean? Is mature the oldest then? So I guess this would be like mid-range? Should I have read up on the original tale to get this? Eros. I don't think he's young. And saying he's mature, I feel like this only gives off the wrong image, I suppose. Even if it is true. I'm going middle ground. He's a bit older than me. Oh, okay. With blonde hair that sparkles in the sun, with hair a deep brunette like the bark of an oak tree, with hair so dark it is the color of a raven's wing. And that all sounds lovely. I think I actually saw a comment in a review that was talking about these choices, so just as a heads up, this is not like us building our partner here. We do not get to choose what he actually looks like. I think this is more of... I don't know if it matters too much, but I think it's more supposed to be like, how close can we get to the truth here? And from what I saw, I think he's blonde. Supposedly blonde with blue eyes, and with the image we have of Eros, it's kind of fits, right? So, blonde hair that sparkles in the sun. Okay, green eyes, the color of spring leaves. Eyes so blue you are reminded of the ocean waves, or brown eyes warm with honey-colored flecks. Again, sounds all very lovely, but I think they're blue. What's with the faces? Well, he sounds wonderful, but that comes as no surprise. Who among us but the glorious Psyche, Aphrodite on earth, could have landed herself such a wonderful match? How are mother and father? Are they doing well? They are very worried about you, of course. Mother has succumbed to sickness several times since you left. She has? That is terrible. And you have not thought to send words? A letter would have at least soothed their heart sickness. I am sorry. So sorry. The prophecy. The monster and the prophecy foretold by the oracles of Delphi might still come true if I leave the estate, or perhaps something even worse could happen to me. The gods do not forget and are slow to forgive. My sisters exchange a long look. But we are here now. Is that not a risk? It is, and my husband barely allowed it. He does not think letting my existence be known so soon would be smart. But I could not have gone longer without letting my family, letting you know that I'm still alive and well. Would it be possible? No. Can you send words to mother and father for me? Telling them that I am safe and alive. Yes, we can do that for you at least. Of course. Thank you. Regaining my composure, I am able to put on a smile. I must try my hardest to be happy now that I am finally reunited with my beloved sisters after all this time. Sisters, there is something else I must tell you. Something that I would like for you to pass on to mother and father as well. Oh? What would that be? My husband and I are expecting a baby right around the winter season. Both of them looked shocked. We're married. Why are you shocked? A baby. Will it be mortal like you, or will it take after its father? Okay. Well, I do not know. Imagine if you birthed some sort of half-dragon creature. How terrifying that would be. Indeed. Their reaction is certainly not what I was expecting. Have I been wrong for eagerly awaiting the arrival of my child? Will it not appear human? I mean, we already clarified that your husband is not a monster, and like the most non-human thing about his physicality is his wings, so why would you expect anything else? And his genetics are really messing up there with that mix. No, this is silly. I have touched my husband's form many times. Apart from the wings, he has the body of a man. Yeah, what I just said. Perhaps it would be best not to mention the wings to my sisters. My husband may not be a mortal, but he does look like one. The child will look like a normal baby. My sisters exchange glances, their mouths drawn into thin lines. I cannot tell what the look means, but their response lacks the excitement I was originally expecting. I hope mother and father will be pleased at least. Perhaps your husband is a god or a demigod. Maybe, but... Goodness, that would be something. Imagine little Psyche married to a deity, bearing divine children. One could almost call it unfair. It does not seem so far-fetched an idea when you consider the wealth and luxury of this house, does it? Certainly not. Why, I am married to a king, and compared to this, we practically live like servants. I do not fare much better, and my husband is supposedly one of the largest landowners in Greece. Oh no, forgive me. I did not realize you two... the two of you were struggling financially, please, there is a storeroom down the hallway to the left, on the right side. Take anything you wish and use it to help your families. I don't think that's what they meant, but, well, if you insist. Yes, it would be impolite to refuse such a kind offer. Oh man. The two rush off and can be heard moments later clamoring over one piece of jewelry or another. I turn to the servants. Do you think my husband would mind offering them such gifts? Not at all. They are yours to give away or keep as you see fit. Good, that is a relief. I could not bear to let my sisters suffer, but I do not want it to come at my husband's expense. My sisters soon return with their arms filled with gold and jewels. This should last us for a little while at least. Good, I am glad. I will have the servants help you carry the load back to the gates. It is getting late, and I am sure you will want to tell your families the good news. I hope you all rest easy tonight. I am sure we will. We hope to see you again soon, dear sister. To get some more gold and jewels? I hope to see you again soon too. I will send word when you can come again. The servants see them off, and I collapse onto a nearby chaise, exhausted from the social encounter. That introvert mood. Yeah. Perhaps it is because I have not spent time with anyone apart from my husband for months, but my visit with my sisters leaves me feeling completely drained. After a long hot bath and a simple meal in solitude, I comb through the tangles in my hair while awaiting my husband. The moment I hear the window open, I bounce up and rush over to him, throwing my arms around his neck and pulling him close. I have missed you so much. Laughing, he lifts me up and tosses me onto the bed. My husband lowers himself onto me, covering my neck with kisses. It is rare to receive such an enthusiastic greeting from you, my love. Tell me, what is the occasion? I hesitate to tell him, guessing it will spoil the good mood. My sisters visited for lunch today. Oh. Just as I had feared, he pulls away from me and takes a seat on the bed just out of my reach. Did it go well? Yes, I think so. It was good to see them, though their company feels a bit different from what I remember growing up. How so? It is hard to put into words. They say some things that make me feel uneasy, though I do not think that was their intent. There is an uncomfortable silence between us, and he contemplates my words. Well, you know my fears concerning your sisters. I can see how they feel about you, Psyche. Please, believe me when I say they do not hold your best interest at heart. I do know your fears, yes. Do you still wish to see them again? If I get lonely enough, then I am sure that I will. Trust me, my dear husband. I know my sisters and I know myself. I will not let them harm the bond between us, nor the little family that we are forming. He lets out a sigh. All right, my love. I will let Zephyrus know they are welcome when you deem the time is right for another visit. Thank you, my love. You are always so good to me. And the sisters are not, because I don't think they much bother with their bond. It's more, I mean, they're not necessarily going to hurt that, but they're going to hurt Psyche herself, and she's obviously way too naive. He does not reply. I nudge him gently, wanting to bring a little happiness back to our time together tonight. Will you hold me? Of course. I settle in the crook of his arms, reveling in a cinnamon and sunshine scent, and close my eyes. After a long time passes, when my husband is likely to think I am asleep, I hear his voice speak softly. I am afraid for you, Psyche. I love you so much. Be careful. No. Today I offer up my gratitude and respect to the king of the gods and overseer of the earth, Zeus. Yep, there we go. I share bits of my lunch with some birds today after walking around all morning. One of them even hops into my hand. My day is spent careful and full of rest. Nothing ages you quite like stress and poor sleep. Stop telling me that. Okay, time for an offering, and we have pretty much just the floral arrangement. I take the flower cuttings from the garden and arrange them flatteringly, tying them together with string. Taking my offering outside to the shrine, I consider who to give it to. Still, Zeus. I decide to dedicate my offering to the god of thunder. I hope it pleases him. Okay. So yeah, that loneliness obviously went down after the sisters visited. Yeah. Okay, let's do one more week, I think, for today. And... well, still going steady. Yeah, I think I will just keep with that for now. Do we get... So the only offerings we could give so far were the bread and the flowers and the wine. But we already have 4 points with Dionysus, so... yeah, I will just go with this again. Sorry for being boring. I share bits of my lunch with some birds today after walking around all morning. One of them even hops into my hand. Amidst the pleasant floral aroma and gentle breeze, I pray to the goddess of spring to thank her for all the beauty her domain brings to the world. After tending to the garden, I take some fresh flower clippings with me before heading inside. They are too lovely to not make into an offering. As I work in the fields, I pray fervently to the goddess of the harvest to watch over our crop. Before I leave, I take a handful of grains with me. I hope to use the wheat to make an offering for the gods. Though my body trembles in fear the whole time, I pray to the god and goddess of the underworld to grant safe passage for all souls through their domain. As I explore the forest, I come across a variety of animals and little habitats. Some of them are so fluffy and cute, while others encourage me to stay away. I experiment with a myriad of hairstyles and fashion, curious to see if a new look would suit me. I would like to do more to show the gods how much respect I have for them, but what do I have to offer? And we have bread. Armed with wheat harvested from the fields, the servants and I bake a fresh loaf of bread. Okay, going to the shrine, and yet again, Zeus. Dedicate my offering to the god of thunder. It is not much, but I hope it shows my sincerity. And loneliness is again at 49. That's quick. Yeah, so some weeks are obviously going to be uneventful and we can rush a bit more through them. But yeah, I think for today this is enough. It's a bit late for me, and yeah, as I wrote on Twitter, yesterday was it? I'm a bit busy this week, so I can't offer you a long episode. I'm very sorry about that. Maybe the next one will be longer, but I can never make any promises. But yeah, this was 10 weeks already in the castle. Time flies, eh? As I can do when you're basically in quarantine. Weird. Oh well. So yeah, if you have any, I don't know if you would have any tips for me on how to change this up. I would assume we can get some more options in later weeks, as this Aphrodite option was added later as well. But we'll see. Yeah. What did you think of the sisters? Oh man. Yeah. So, as always, leave me any comments below. Please leave a like if you enjoyed, and until next time, bye bye!